So I decided to do one more one more video because I know I don't be on here much, so I'm trying. I'm trying, y'all. Anyway, I want to talk about when you're dealing with targeting. I want to go into that. You know what? I mean, to those who have, maybe those never experienced it. When I'm talking about it, I'm talking about, when I say targeting, I'm talking about as narc abuse. When someone is pursuing you, whether they're trying to stalk you or intimidate you or bully you, and you have moved on with your life, how does it make you feel? I mean, do you feel later on in life that you could forgive them, or do you just move on? I'm dealing with that now. The Most High has definitely, He definitely wants us to forgive people who have wronged us and did us dirty. I say that in my prayers. If you don't forgive, you will be blocking your blessings, because sometimes it may be your enemies might have to help you. And I'm not saying it in a term of, you're running back to an abuser. We always use discernment and wisdom on that. I'm talking about in terms of those, that might have got things wrong through confusion, those kind of things. How do we deal with those things? The best way, like I said, the Bible says that we need to forgive 70 times 7. Now, what does that mean? That means that no matter what has been done, you take it to the Most High and forgive it. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that, okay, you did something very wrong, like murder or something like that, hey, some people, especially when it comes to injustices, they always want us to forgive, but they never held themselves accountable on what they done. So when you're dealing with any one of those, your forgiveness doesn't make you a weak person if you do it right. There is a way to forgive. It's a process that's between you and the Most High. Because like I said, my channel is about in righteousness. When you're dealing with forgiveness, it's a process that only you and the Most High can heal you and deliver you. It's not about I just want to get paid. That's how the injustice ones are. You want to get this check, forgive. Now, I'm talking about really from your heart, where you're not burning up inside and you're feeling like you want to take anger and rage out on another person. I mean, when you're forgiving the person, you're looking at what has been done. What has been done. It doesn't always come automatic, because some people who have hurt us real bad, and they don't even realize the hurt that they put us through. So when you're dealing with that, that's a process. You don't have to always do it right away. You have to go to the Most High and ask, how do I forgive this person or people or whatever? You have to be able to forgive. And when you forgive, it releases whatever it was off of you, because you don't want to block your blessings because somebody did you wrong. And I know there's some bad things that people done, believe me, but when you turn it to the Most High, you have to ask Him to help. That's how He was trying to tell me when I came about, how do I do this? He said, you got to ask me for help. You're not going to be able to do this on your own, because this is something, serious. And when you forgive, you don't always have to be in that person's face and tell them, I forgive you. Because some people, God want the relationships to go away. You can't have a relationship with that person that has abused you, and God has not, authorized permission for you to have that dealings with them. I know I've seen people who have had some injustices, and the people are in prison, they go visit them. Well, you want to take that to the Most High, because you're dealing with people who are in pride. You want to make sure that you're not dealing with someone that's going to make things worse on you. So that's why I would suggest you take everything to the Most High and ask Him how He wants you to be healed, because it's a healing process. Someone that you have put a trust into have misused you or did you some kind of a way that wasn't pleasing to you. So you have to take that to the Most High and see, how do you feel this relationship? And that's how you would answer your people when they say, you're supposed to forgive, you a Christian or what, or Hebrew, whatever. Yeah, I am supposed to forgive. But are you aware or what you have done? Did you apologize? Why you asking me forgiveness? Did you apologize for the injustice that was done unto me? I need to know you understand that. Because if they can't, the Bible tells us that we have to confess our sins. If you've sinned or did someone wrong, you need to be able to tell them what you did so I can forgive you. Do you know what you did to me? Do you know that was wrong? That's how you would handle that. Because if they're not knowing, they just say, oh, well, I just want to go back to doing whatever I want to do, because some people are like that. They want you to they just want to go back to doing whatever they want to do and going back into doing the same things or worse. So that's why we got to hold people accountable and see what the Most High is wanting for them. That doesn't mean that you hate them. That doesn't mean that we're talking about them and putting bad things on YouTube or whatever you do. Forgiveness is about, okay, I understand this person did me wrong. So as this person did me wrong, it might take me a minute to stop letting it fester my spirit, but eventually it's going to mean that I'm going through the process of healing and saying, okay, this was not right. I'm also going through the process of saying, how can I move on? What is it that I need to do? Do I really need to be talking to this person? Because I don't feel like I need to. And if you don't feel you need to, you don't have to. That's the beauty of this. You can forgive people that's millions of miles away and never see them and talk to them again. And it's letting them go. That's what forgiveness is. It's not we're connected, and even though you try to take someone out, no, you don't have to have that, always have to have that connection. You can just be good. When it comes to the relationship with my ex-husband, he had abused me, and I did forgive him. Now, people were saying, you need to know what I did. Instead of the judge telling me, they constantly, they tell you what to do. The system got something going where they'll tell you, what the women and how to deal with them, our men. Did you know that? Because when my ex-husband got locked up for abuse, because I called the police on him. I'm not tolerating that, and don't you either. When he did that, they asked me, well, how long do you want to put him in there? For a year? We're looking at a minimum of 6 months. They asked me, and I'm saying, well, I believe that he needs like some kind of program that can help him to understand what's going on with him. So, they was like, well, no, because they have a system, this is how they run it with you. When you're in abuse, there's certain things that they say that they want to put out there that puts him in jail or her in jail. And then, they go by that. So if the men are dealing with a woman that's bitter and hateful, she could be putting you in there for more. But when you're a child of Yahweh, and that's my channel again, when we're thinking, the hurt has happened, but we're thinking, what is better for this relationship, for this marriage, for whatever he's saying? Is it over? And so when the Most High put it on me, because I really was not happy with it. He did some things that I was not happy, but because the Most High kind of moved me and saying, no, you have to remember he's a worker, I'm not saying accept abuse, okay? Not at all. But when you're in a marriage, that's a totally different thing. That some things can be fixed. And when you turn to the Most High had me say, well, he's working, this will cause him to lose his job. So if the income is done, that's on him. You're saying that's on him. But if there's another way, he needed to go to anger management classes. So that's the wisdom that God will put into us, is that anger management can't be said by a baby daddy or anything like that. You really gotta, like I said, my channel is for righteousness. When you're having a marriage, some things can be fixed in a marriage. So what I did is I said, is there any way that they can do anger management classes? Because he's angry. Something is triggering him. So they looked into it. They said, hold on for a minute. They took a pause and talked to all the people who were involved. And then they said, you know what, we're thinking about giving him management. He had to do it for a certain amount of time, and he was still in jail, but he had to, they looked at his time served, and he was able to do his classes so he can work on himself. So, and after that, no, he really hasn't put his hand on me, nothing, my ex-husband had some things going on with him, some sickness going on. So, there was things in him that has happened, like he's considered bipolar, but he was diagnosed as schizophrenia. So those things were happening. So, there's a certain way that had to be done by him. So he had to take some classes and he had learned how to handle it. Now, if he's not doing anything to progress himself, then he can't stay with me. And so there were certain things with this and the targeting that caused us to be divorced. But I'm just saying when it comes to when you're giving your all, you can't, you got children involved, you have to use wisdom and say, how long do I have to wait? And when the Most High is telling you, no, if you're not a child of Yahweh, we can't be unequally yoked, and you choose not to serve Yahweh, then there's a problem there. And so you wait, and then you have to move on. So when it comes to forgive, it was a matter of him making healthier choices for himself to say that, yeah, I messed up. And I moved on. And so that's what I'm saying here, that, we have to, we don't want to lock our brothers up when they have the dysfunction and you see it. Even though I really wanted to. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to give him throw the whole book at him. But then, the Most High will talk wisdom into you and to say, hey, you're being emotional. So here, if you do that, then how you going to, if he's working, because I think there was a time where I wasn't working. How is he going to provide for you? You certain things, and it's not just about money. It's just about, not putting on, just analyzing, that's what God calls us to do, analyzing the issue and allowing him to get the help that he needs. Okay. And that takes a lot of women to do that. A lot of women, I know, some of them have said, yep, throw the whole book for putting your hands on me. But, you have to understand when you're a wife, you have to understand that we're still trying to figure out, what between my marriage, my ex-marriage, it's about figuring out who you were, who are you and who am I, and how are we going to bring this together. We never really got a chance to do that. So when you're talking about forgiveness, you have to be reasonable. You have to understand what's the consequences of situations before I do this, and understand that you don't have to be connected with the person that did you wrong, and tell them that, there's some things that I got to settle out to make sure that this is good. Whether you like it or not, that'll show them. If they can't stand to hear that, then that tell you right there. They get an attitude, let them go. Let them go. So, like I said, some things is, many women, especially black women, do this. They do things where they're, they think, well, before I leave for my new life, let me go talk to my abusive man. And that's something that you don't want to do. If they're that abusive, get away. You don't even need to tell them what you're doing. Just go, to wherever you're going to be. So that's a safety thing, because many women have done that and they have ended up dead. So if you know that person's on that kind of level, which I knew my ex was not on that level, then you need not to say anything. Just go. So that's all what I wanted to address with forgiveness, that some things you just go on. Don't even bother with that person. That person is no good for you. It's not going to talk any sense. It's not going to change. And then there's this thing of understanding as a wife that you still have a duty. Even though my ex was sick, that I had to make the decisions. I had to make the decisions as Abigail did with I forgot the husband she had. And so so some things in life that you got to use wisdom and understand when you're serving the Most High, that we want what's best. That I wasn't just in my feelings. I was, but the Holy Spirit would kick in and say, this is about your children and what would be better for people, because you got to remember that I'm trying to bring people to Christ. And what's a better way than saying, instead of locking you up, throwing away the key, that God has this on us. to be at peace and to understand that we can forgive people and not be emotional and just let him, work, because he's going to bless you, you don't want to block your blessings. I could still have a conversation with my ex-husband and not be, you did this, that, and the other. And, that way my children hopefully can have a strong relationship and understand, what we did not to do certain things in life. So that's just my thing on forgiving people. Don't block your blessings. Don't let them block your blessings. Receive people. If people receive you, that's great. Always turn to the Most High before you're dealing with people, to make sure that this is something that he really wants. Because when he breaks relationships, some things are for a season and some things are, well, let's take some time out, come back, and some things just gone on ahead. We moving higher, especially if you're trying to go higher. Some relationships are going to have to go away in order for you to get where God has called you to be. So that's my take on it. Don't block your blessings, all right?